Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the South Park Center and I'm here with Remo with his movie Black Light. Let's take a look at the clip. Thanks so much for being here.
No worries, thank you.
And thank you for one of the funniest films I've ever seen. It was so much fun. But for those that haven't seen your video, tell us a brief synopsis.
So, well, it's not really a short film. It's more of a music video that I whipped together, coming up with the idea of putting animojis on the heads of the band members. The iPhone X had just come out and the animojis had just appeared and we were all using them to talk to each other, but I thought, hey, let's whack them on this song. It actually goes with the song because the song is about wearing masks in everyday life. And so we thought, yeah, let's try it out. And it turned out to be easier than we thought, and yeah, we banged it out and it became a huge success in itself, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
The first animoji band ever. To be made.
Wow.
I can say that.
Does that must feel quite special, because that, you know, when Apple releases anything, it goes worldwide and it's amazing. But I love that you're the first person to create such an idea, and what a clever idea it was as well. When did he kind of get the inspiration? Obviously, everyone's, you know, utilizing this new feature on the iPhone X. When did the inspiration come for you to be like, I'm gonna turn this into a music video and put these on the elements of the band's faces?
Well, we were writing the song together, myself and Joel James, and I was in Australia at the time, and they didn't have the iPhones down there, so I was showing, you know, what cool things we could do on the iPhone. I had just got it, and then, you know, in those times of when you get ideas in the middle of the night before you fall asleep, I was halfway asleep, and then I thought, oh, wouldn't that be great if we were all emoji heads in that kind of slow talking to myself. I wasn't just anyway, yeah, so I thought, yeah, so the next day I told Joel and he was like, that's perfect, let's try it, you know. And we didn't know if it was going to work or how. I mean, I knew how to do it because my background is animation, and live action animation and tracking and all that, so we set it up, we did a test. The test took about 15 minutes, and then the whole video then, after that, took about 3 days.
Wow.
We banged it out. I'm the robot, and Joel is everything else. Joel plays every instrument in the music video, so besides the ones that I play, but he plays all the other ones, the drums and the guitar, so it was fitting for him to be those other characters. But it didn't matter, because that was another point of the clip. We wanted to make it look like we were a band instead of just two guys, right? So
I didn't have no idea, obviously.
So so secret, cat's out of the bag now, I suppose. It's only two people in the video clip, but really it looks like there's a whole band there, you know, Piggy Stardust and Panda McCartney and
Panda McCartney. I love it. It is so cool to watch though. Like, it's obviously, I really love the song. It's a fantastic song. How was you know, did that come, you made the song about, you know, obviously wear a mask, that came before, and then did you decide to do the Animoji on top of that?
I wrote this song probably 3 years earlier on a $50 organ I found at the Salvation Army in Los Angeles somewhere, and it was just a brilliant track, and I shared it with Joel. I said, this will be a really great track if we can add to it. And it was a really weird structure because it was coming from an old 70s organ, and so we put the elements together, and he started producing it, and he writes the lyrics. So he wrote the lyrics, and the lyrics just happened to be that, you know, about how hard it is to get, you know, to get around in life, you know, you have to wear masks and whatnot, and I actually didn't know about that when I proposed the idea of putting the masks on, the animojis on, and then he told me what the song was about. I said, well, this is perfect then, isn't it?
You know what I love about hearing your stories is that I just felt you're an absolute true artist where you never know really where your inspiration is going to come, but then when it comes, you know, you figure things out. Like I love the fact that inspiration came on a $50 organ that you found at the Salvation Army. How wonderful is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, for you as an artist, like, you know, where do your inspirations come, or what do you, how do you find them in your journey? Is it, you know, when do they come for you? Because it's very fascinating, because obviously you've got lots of different talents.
Well, yeah, it's odd that you should say that because you probably don't know, but I am also a visual artist and I exhibit around the world. It's just like that, really, actually. A lot of time thinking and being in the moment, and then the ideas just come out of the air, and you've got to just be able to notice that they're there and grab them, otherwise someone else will grab them. The ideas are there for everyone. And I think David Lynch also says this sort of thing. And basically, they're just kind of floating in the air, and they just pop in your head, and they're there only for a split second. And if you can recognize it, then you write it down, and then hopefully you can create something from it. I've got thousands of ideas which I want to create, but you know, and I'm constantly writing them down. You know, in the middle of the night, I get up at 4 in the morning. All right, this is a good idea. Sometimes they're not that good, you know, when you're half dreaming and you read it back and go, oh, well, that won't make sense. But in the dream it did. But often I have actually made several short films and music videos which actually come straight from dreams, which is really interesting to me. And
it's funny you brought up David Lynch, because I remember watching his sort of 6 short films that he had that was very inspirational, and you know, and again, they're so clever and so intricate and so wonderful.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, I love that you basically, you know, again, I think there's a difference between having an idea and then having an idea and actually doing it. You know, and I think I love that you've just, you know, actually made things happen as well. Yeah,
you've just got to go out and do it. I mean, this clip we didn't have any money for it. We just did it. I have the equipment, and we have the talent. We just banged it out. But given that, though, there's a whole, you know, range of places you could go with just an idea like this. You know, that you could make a whole TV series, for instance, like it if you wanted to. You know, if there was backing involved and stuff like that, it would be great. I mean, even not, it's a simple idea, and it could grow legs, you know. Oh,
100%. So what's the experience like for you? Because I love that you've just made this, you know, element where the next generation are just so used to this, you know, emoji and animoji, and that's just kind of in their world. But I mean, of course, as we said in England, you're too cool for school, so of course you're a step ahead of the game when you've made an actual film about around a band. What was the experience like at New Filmmakers LA to have it in front of an audience and seeing their and hearing their reaction?
Oh, it's great to hear people laughing at it, because that's what you intend, you know. So it was nice to hear chuckles from the audience, and really lovely for people to come up afterwards and tell me their thoughts and how wonderful they thought it was. Because to me, I've seen it hundreds of times now, and so to me it's just a music video and whatnot, but to someone who hasn't seen it and then they see it for the first time, they're like, wow, that was just great, that was very inspiring and really fun, and really put the you know, magic into this festival, as the one guy told me, you know. So that was really nice. He said, oh, I was a bit, everything was so dark before yours came on, and then yours just lightened everything up.
We need light,
you know?
yeah, that's true.
And it was really nice to hear that. You know?
Yeah, no, definitely. And is there some kind of like, I mean, you're a visual artist, you're an animator, you're a performer, I mean, there's just a general great artist, but is there kind of a universal thing that you go by that you follow for, that you would share with anybody else that's trying to, you know, delve into their creativity?
Don't pigeon box yourself. Like, everyone wants to be pigeonholed is the term, I suppose. And I think that's okay. On one hand, getting pigeonholed is a great thing. You can get a great career out of being pigeonholed, and then you can you know, be a great success in that. But then at the end of your life, you've kind of just done that one thing the whole time. For me, I love doing many different things, and often I'm called a Renaissance man. So I love that idea. You know, if you look back at the great artists from the 16th century and whatnot, they never just did one thing. You know, they did painting and sculpture, and they were multimedia artists back then. Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo and whatnot. And so I think it's beneficial for you to be able to know how to do many different things, not just one thing. Then you can incorporate all those many things into one. Ultimately, I want to direct feature films. I have several written. I'm ready to go. I just need producers. Anyone out there? Hello. Yeah, but the thing about that is my diverse past enables me to be able to do many elements in the feature film, not just directing, but then from there I can do, I can oversee the storyboarding, and I can oversee the animation if there's any in it, and I can even oversee the makeup and hair because I used to be a hairdresser once, and I can even oversee the fashion because I used to be a fashion designer once, and so many different elements that you learn can come to fruition in one piece at the end.
I love that. You know what I love actually, even being in your presence, I love that I don't know what's coming next for you, which is exciting, but what is the next project you're going to be working on? You said a feature. What is the next thing?
I don't know what's coming next for me either, which is
always
it's always a mystery. I just did this great campaign for a beauty product which went worldwide, all over the world, in airports and whatnot, and pop-up shops. It was for SK2, and it was a lovely art sort of branding design that I did for one of their bottles, and that was really great to see that in the flesh when you travel. Well, I was traveling and I saw it in airports, huge posters of whatnot of what I had done in my humble little studio. So that was great. So that's what I just did, and that's just another part of my commercial making. It's part of, I do TVCs and music videos and you know, corporate branding, experiential campaigns like that. So obviously there's going to be more of that coming up, I imagine, but personally, I'd love to be able to embark on my own feature films. I've written a graphic novel. I've got the small treatment of it here, which I brought along for you to have a look at.
Oh, fantastic.
The graphic novel is also a feature film, and it's done in a Japanican, trademark Japanican style.
Wow.
And,
that's fantastic.
And hopefully we can get that. It's got powerful women in the forefront. The lead roles are powerful women. It's kind of a horror thriller.
Yeah, look at this, guys. Wow, that's pretty fantastic. Excellent.
And this was all done when I was living in Japan, and I directed this and I illustrated a lot of that, but also we worked with a lot of Japanese illustrators, or anime illustrators to help create that, which was a lot of fun, including the son of Akira fame, Katsuhiro Otomo. That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. And his son Shohei Ohtama, and his son Shohei Ohtama worked on
I tell you what should be next for you, your biography. That's what should be next, because honestly it's absolutely fantastic. No, listen, thank you so much, Remo, for being here. I love your work. I love that I never know what's coming next with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing much more of your projects.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Fantastic. So thank you very much. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, appreciate
Black
you
everybody.
having me.
Thank you.